what you're drinking, we can go pour one. Tell me what you're thinking, we can have some more fun. I know that you said you don't think of me, but
Stealing
what
Home,
you
the most
doing
unserious show in
outside?
baseball with the best brother and sister duo in baseball. I'm Lisa. This is my brother Anthony. And we've got another spring training episode coming for you. God knows what's going to happen this time.
Is it? Oh, I guess it is spring training. I was gonna say it's the post season.
I tried that once and you got very
I
upset
shut it
with
down.
me. Yeah, you were like, no, this is spring training.
It was like, how many posts are you gonna add? But
I mean, technically it could never end. We just have to decide which one's the first season. And then from there, it's just all post.
you know what that makes me think about? If you like our show, you should subscribe. We do this every Monday. It's me and my sister giving dumb baseball takes that are like low-key intelligent. If you don't think about it too hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, we're unserious, okay? Don't come here for serious takes. We're just trying to have fun. Do we have anything to say or should I just jump into it?
On a serious note, we're unserious. Go ahead.
Okay. Stu sucks. Sell the team. It used to be something people printed on t-shirts,
Oh.
but now it seems like something the MLB commissioner Rob Manfred might be thinking too. As spring training continues, we will all wait to see if the Rays will stay in their $1.3 billion deal in St. Pete or not. Will the Rays have a home, Ant? What do you think? What's going on?
Yeah, MLB's forcing the Rays to sell. I guess.
Do you think that?
Oh yeah,
Actually, though?
100%, 100%.
Have they come out and said that though?
No, but there's reports.
Right. It's not official yet.
You know how that goes. There's reports. Meanwhile, Stu Sternberg's just like, he actually said this. He was like, I want to know who's out here running their mouths. He's like, I'm so interested to hear what the industry's talking about my team, like my franchise. It's like, bro, be real, Stu. They're trying to make you sell. Think about it. MLB wants to stay in Tampa. They have a stadium. The city and the county said, ball's in your court. We're going to pay for it. And now it's the Rays who are like, we don't want to do it. So all the other owners, I did it. All the other owners are looking at Stu and they're saying, dude, what are you doing? You got the stadium. You're not going to do it because you said the delay in votes because of the hurricanes, by the way. The county had to delay the vote to approve the funding. They delayed it by maybe a month. And Stu and the Tampa Bay Rays are saying because they delayed it a month, we have now increased the cost to $150 million, and we can't cover that as a Major League Baseball team. You can't cover $150 million. And when you build a stadium, you don't plan for that. So all the other owners are looking at him, and they're like, yo, it's time to go.
It's funny you say that because I'm reading that the Rays are actually worth $1.25 billion. So I would assume that they do have $150 million extra dollars to spend for this. I don't think it would be breaking the bank for them to do it. I think what'll be interesting is who buys the team and then what they decide to do. And I want to get your thoughts on that because on reports, of course, none of this is official yet, but from the reports, we're hearing that, was it Joe Malloy, who's a former minority owner in the Yankees? I think he's not part of that franchise anymore. And then also a famous family here in Tampa, if anyone's aware, the DiBartolo family are looking at potentially buying the Rays. So
sounds like fake names. Like Joe Malloy sounds like someone that you would make up in a fake story. And then DiBartolo.
Not Joy Malloy, Joe Malloy.
Did I say Joy Malloy? Whatever.
I don't know. That's what I heard.
Joe Malloy, Joy Malloy, doesn't matter. Sounds like a fake name. I've never seen that guy, so I'm not going to believe he's real. But I assume maybe it's like a pseudonym. That's what it is. Who's the real purchaser? Elon? Bill Gates?
Well, so apparently, the DiBartolo family, they're pretty connected. So a lot of people don't know this, but
they owned the 49ers back in the day.
Yes, but that's not what I was going to say,
Okay.
actually. They are also, okay, one of the DiBartolo daughters is married to Chad Chronister, who is the sheriff here in Hillsborough County.
Yes. Chad Chronister?
Correct, yes. And their son is, D Chronic, the really bad rapper.
Who the hell is D Chronic?
This is Tampa lore. Anyway.
I live in Tampa. I don't know this. What are you talking about?
You're not as connected as me, apparently.
I don't want to be connected to this.
Yeah, fair. the DeBartolo family is actually connected to, Chad Chronister is part of that family. Chad Chronister is the same man who was very briefly put in as what, like Homeland Security or something officer or whatever, like recently, because they're huge backers in politics. Like, I'm only bringing this up to say these guys have like a ton of money,
Okay.
and
I
apparently
was like,
they
where's this
are,
going?
yeah. They've got the money to invest in things like this. And apparently, while Joe Malloy is like the more known person who's trying to buy this
Well,
franchise,
I was gonna say he's
the
involved in
DeBartolo
baseball
family,
in the past too, so that makes sense.
right? But the DeBartolo family is really the ones putting the money down essentially to keep them here. So he'd be again kind of a minority, and they'd be, I think, really footing the bill for this. But I guess my question is, if they are bought by these fake people,
Joey Malloy.
Joy Malloy and Z Chronic, do you think that they'll stay in St. Pete, or is there any chance that we actually get the Tampa Bay Rays in Tampa?
Well, there's actually 3 groups that are willing to buy right now, allegedly,
Okay.
according to the reports. Word on the street. I heard
Right.
through the grapevine. A little birdie told me. There's 3 groups that want to buy. That's like the main group. They want to keep it in St. Pete. They say they have a stadium deal in St. Pete, so they just want to do that,
Okay.
which makes sense. I mean, you have
Sure.
it. And if you do that, you get all that real estate. That's a land grab right there, which is
Yeah.
essentially what the deal was in the first place. Big land grab. But I don't know if they want to do that. I think that makes sense because it's already there. You just buy the team and pay for that, and you got a new stadium and a new team. Or do they have to say that just because that's what MLB wants to hear and when they buy the team? I don't think MLB would let them. MLB wants them to figure out that stadium situation, and St. Pete has the funding already, so they'll probably do that. But the other 2 groups that are serious about buying the team, which is Jane Doe and John Smith, both of those guys, they're and Grimace ownership group. They're looking to buy and move it to Tampa, allegedly. Like, they're focused on a Tampa-centric baseball park, which would be cool. Which would, like, in a perfect world, that would be what would happen. But I don't know. I think either way, I think Stu is going to sell the team soon. And we're going to get a stadium here in the Tampa Bay area, which is all that matters. They can't keep playing baseball in George Steinbrenner Field. So,
Yeah, I mean, I think the best case scenario, at least for me on a personal level, would be for them to move. Oh, I'm up in the corner. For them to move to Ybor, which is actually in Tampa, for anyone not fully aware. I think, when you look at, I guess we'll see what happens with them playing in Tampa this season, right? Like, if the games are sold out, I think that's going to say a lot about where they should be. And they probably already have that data based on like their season ticket sales and some other projected ticket sales. So I think if they see that Tampa is a better market just based on ticket sales for the season, maybe whoever buys it will be interested in moving forward with a Tampa-centric stadium versus keeping it in St. Pete. But you are right. I mean, the easier way to go would be to just keep it on the land you already have, which is right there.
and the one that
wait.
you have a deal with as well. And this
Right.
is an article from 10 Tampa Bay News, whatever, the WTSP, yada, yada, yada. Look at the quote right there in the middle of the screen. It says, Sternberg has been courting minority investors. The Athletics' Evan Drellich, who wrote the article. I mean, there's been people, the rumor mill has been turning about this, but I guess Evan Drellich is the one getting the credit, even though it's been said for like at least 3 weeks, 4 weeks that the team is trying to be sold. MLB ultimately wants the franchise to remain in Florida with an eye on the Ybor City neighborhood near downtown Tampa if St. Pete does not work out. So maybe that's saying St. Pete's the number 1 priority since the deal's already there. But if that doesn't work out, Ybor, which is sick because if you don't know about Ybor City, rich baseball history and a lot of dogs came from that area. At least back in the day.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting is that there's a Hills. This is like now I'm fully going into Tampa lore. There is a Hillsborough County commissioner. His name is Ken Hagan. He has been fighting for the Rays to come to Tampa specifically to be in that area of Ybor for like God knows how long. So long that he's now been investigated by the FBI for I think over a decade, and that's on I think somewhat related, somewhat unrelated
If
things.
you're in politics and you're not getting investigated by the FBI, then I frankly don't trust you.
Great point.
Hey,
Amazing.
you're not making enough moves. You're not making enough money moves. Okay, I want someone leading the government that is a go getter, a playmaker.
I'm more worried if they don't know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, how are you hiding
Yeah,
it that well?
yeah,
That's what concerns me.
yeah. I want someone who's dumb enough to get on the radar of the FBI. I don't want someone
Right.
who's too good and under the radar because they're all doing stuff. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
But I bring this up to say that, I think, and let's not forget that there was a deal on the table in Tampa in that specific area of Ybor that Stu turned down because he did not get enough money from the city, right? Because the city wanted him to put up half. So who's to say with somebody else captaining that ship that we might not get a more interesting deal turned around very quickly. So I think for me, again, personally, I'm going to keep my hopes up that maybe all of this will result in some sort of Ybor City stadium. Because like you said, I mean, I think that's just would be so cool for that area that's so rich in history of baseball.
One Rays fan to another. Lisa speaking like a Rays fan this year.
I am a Rays fan this season.
Allegedly.
They are in Tampa. I'm fully in. Look, my shirt, it's an inappropriate placement, but I can't help that. It's just a t-shirt. And he's got a clown
This is a
nose.
baseball
Look.
show, Lisa, not an OnlyFans. Okay?
So-
This is a show with your brother, by the way.
Screw Stu, sell the team.
Screw
It's
Stu.
time. We
Screw
need
Stu.
to get rid of this. We need to get this over with. And to your, like you said, MLB wants this over with too. Like everybody's tired of this guy's.
Oh, yeah. And
shenanigans.
guess what?
So,
When the Rays
about
figure
time.
out their situation, just go out west. There's another one with the Oakland A's. So, no, we ain't getting expansion anytime soon.
Yeah. Speaking about more devastating news in MLB, it was recently announced that Gerrit Cole will be undergoing Tommy John surgery this Tuesday. Cole is approaching his 13th season in the MLB at the age of 34.
Damn!
How do we think this will affect his career long term and also the Yankee season?
I don't know. Yankees got questions in their pitching. I mean, Gerrit Cole's your ace. I'm not a big Cole fan. He sounds like Kermit the Frog when he talks. Strike one. No pun intended. Strike two, he got shelled in a wild card game against in Fenway against the Red Sox the year after he signed or something like that. A year or two after he signed with the Yankees. When you sign with the Yankees, you got to be a dog and you got to be a shutdown ace. So that's strike two. How does it affect his long-term career? I don't know. He's just going to get Tommy John again and then come back and probably still be good. But now he just has to sit out a year or two. And it's not going to make Yankee fans happy because they don't care about... They're kind of ruthless. They're like, why isn't he pitching with a broken arm? Gerrit Cole should be, like when you pay... And honestly, when you get paid that much money, why is your arm broken, dude? Why is your arm broken?
You're right.
Yeah.
How could you do that?
How could you possibly get injured when you make that much money? That's so messed up and selfish, honestly.
Yeah, I actually saw Cole a couple weeks ago. I went to a spring training game and he opened it, so that was cool.
Started?
Yeah, right. Same thing. He opened the game. He was there. He said hi.
True. True.
So I guess we'll see what happens. I think,
So
honestly,
you were boots,
maybe. Sorry?
I was gonna say you were boots on the ground. Could you tell that he was hurt?
At one point he did wince, and I looked at my friend and I said, "It's Tommy John if I ever seen it. Do you feel
Yeah.
this wind blowing? Like I can just tell."
But did he look at you? I think he looked at you.
He looked at me specifically
And kinda went-
he was like, "He's you. It's you from that baseball show, the one with the brother and sister." And I like nodded because I could just read his lips. I
Oh,
was
on the low.
far, but I was close.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yes, it is me." And then he was like,
Where's your brother?
and I was like, "Yeah."
He's like, where's your brother?
Actually, weirdly enough, he didn't bring you up at
No,
all.
there's no way. There's no
Yeah.
way.
No,
he's
he
probably
was
too
like, "You're the
shy.
star of that show."
He's way too shy. He's way too shy.
So yeah, and then he pointed to his elbow, so I knew then. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just gonna be bad for the Yankees in general. I mean, it's hard because I am a Rays fan this season, but as a former Yankees fan, as of like 20 minutes ago, the expectations are so high, and I'm about to talk shit, but I
Are
have to
they
remind
though?
myself.
Are they high?
They went to the World Series last year, right?
But did
Like,
they
did do
really
that.
though?
Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. It feels like they didn't.
Yeah,
Like,
did they really?
They lose Soto. Cole's got his arm busted. They're wearing beards now. Like Frank Sinatra's not playing anymore. I don't know who these people are. You're telling me they went to the World Series last year. I don't even remember. I don't know if that actually happened. I'm not sure what's up and what's down anymore when it comes to these Yankees. I don't think that they know. So like, yeah, it seems like just dark times. Dark times in New York.
We've said this before about baseball teams. Gerrit Cole's an ace, or same thing with like Acuna. When Acuna got hurt last year for the Braves, remember we were like, you got a star player, like it sucks for them to be gone, but one guy doesn't make your team, so you need other guys to step up. You got to have depth on your roster, and that's what a good team has. I mean, think about the Rays; they had guys go down a lot, but they still somehow found themselves in the mix. Same with other teams. Yeah, same with other teams. And yeah, I guess Gerrit Cole's down. He's your ace, which sucks. But I mean, you got to fill in the shoes. They got Max Fried. He's a good pitcher.
Which, by the way, I think you bring up a really good point, and I just wanted to give a shout out to 40 Nights, who does watch the show and leaves comments. He brought this up actually in our discussion around the MLB ESPN divorce. Where he was talking about how ESPN's been really focused on single player storylines. And baseball, like to your point, exactly, is one guy, even if he's your star, does not make the team, right? It's so hard to bring down a whole team when you've got, you want depth. You have a whole roster. You have lineups of guys. And he actually pointed out that he thinks that that's why ESPN like stopped covering MLB as much, because it's hard to have a one-player storyline. I think he brings up a good point, but it also kind of says what you're saying, which is like one player doesn't make your team.
Yeah, I don't know though, because you could still definitely have one-player storylines, kinda. I don't know. Like, remember it's tough, but remember, it's a lot easier in the NBA because there's 5 guys on the court at one time. Or in the NFL, right. The main guy who has the ball in his hands 24/7 is the quarterback. He plays every game. But I guess in baseball, I mean, you had Ohtani versus Trout in the World Baseball Classic. That was the thing. But then again, you watch for 3 hours and they only face each other once at the very end of the game.
Right.
Like, it's tough. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I think more of like players like Freddie Freeman, who, have this moving story and we follow it over several seasons and how he's, when he's being traded and stuff. But that's hard. That's more of a story about him. Doesn't maybe necessarily affect any game or something.
What
it's
about
not
Bryce Harper and Arcia, that shortstop for the Braves that Bryce Harper was staring down 2 years ago in the playoffs? That's a good one.
That's not bad. I mean, I think they lost an opportunity with this whole Grimace thing. Not to go back to being a Grimace fangirl, but like I would have talked about that constantly if I was getting paid to do this, which I am currently not. So like,
well, we are monetized,
I'm just saying,
so we do get paid a little bit.
It's not my full-time job. I can't talk about Grimace all day.
Not yet.
Not yet. But
actually, get out of you. When the Mets were in the playoffs, you were talking about Grimace every day anyway, all day every day anyway. So you literally made a video on it. So you're like, who is this? Well, did you know what Grimace is? Did you know what he is for real? All right. Speak about one-on-ones. I think we got to introduce a new segment for the show that I'm excited about. I'm not saying it was my idea, but it was kind of my idea that you had brought up a few months ago, like a long time ago, and I was like, but then like now I said we should do it, so now I'm saying it's my idea, but really it came from you, but it's really mine. So go ahead.
Riveting. Yeah, I think it's spring season. We're looking for some content, okay? And so we discussed a girly pop type of segment. So let's just get over there and I'll tell you what it is that we're going to be doing.
Okay.
Oh, do we not have I don't get a banner for the show? Oh.
Is this what you were waiting for?
That is what I was waiting for. Thank you. It's Pop-Up Girly Talk. Welcome. If you're not here for this, then I apologize. Make sure you like and subscribe.
If you're not here for this, then you need to get out, okay? It's 2025. Everyone's voice is going to be heard, okay? And it's time for some pop-up girly talk with the baseball bros right now. If you're a baseball bro and you don't want to hear this, sit down and listen, all right? Know your place. Know your place. I got you, Lisa. Because there's one thing I'm not going to do. I'm not going to let people belittle my sister and talk over her. She has a voice, and she's going to use it in this segment right now. And I'm all ears. Go ahead.
Right. Okay, I'm a little scared. What I will
Anyways,
say
if there's anyone, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think we're about 10 years too late for the whole like every voice will be heard. We'll see, you know, what this media landscape looks
Just
like.
sit down and listen.
Yeah, exactly. But basically, we're gonna take this time where I will explain a girly talk topic in baseball terms.
Does it always have to be girly talk though?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean it can be anything. But
Okay, I was
will
gonna
be
say I don't know how
explaining
long
it.
I could last in this segment if it's always girly talk.
Look, it's for the girls, it's for the guys, it's for everybody, okay? But we're gonna try it out now. So
Let's see how this goes. All right, first time, y'all. I'm excited. Let's go.
All right. So, Ant, what do you know about the Baldoni versus Lively lawsuit?
No, I don't know. I don't know a lot. I know Blake Lively got hired to do a movie, and then she like was like an extra in the movie, and then she acted like she was the director.
Okay, stop.
And then
Stop
wait,
there.
but when you say Baldoni, I also think of the guy on TikTok who's like, "Hey, Balboni sent me. What do I do with these 6-inch chains?"
Right. Okay.
Different
so I think
algorithms.
this is a perfect example of what we're trying to do here, right? So, fellas, if you're out there and you've got a lady in your life, or perhaps just like a lady coworker, or like a mom,
Or a sister.
or a sister, or just like you've met a woman once, and you want to know like what we're talking
Nah,
about.
you cannot
right?
make baseball fans sound like incels that stay inside all day. This is crazy.
I want to cover the bases.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
don't want to be like,
Cover the
in case you
bases.
have a girl at home, you know, maybe they don't. Maybe they have a girl elsewhere.
Get on with it.
Or they're related to one. Probably they are. Everyone's got a mom. This is what the girls are talking about. Let me explain it to you in boy talk so that you, next time this topic comes up, you'll know what is going on.
What is this? Does this have to do with baseball at the same time though?
No, this has nothing to do with baseball.
Okay.
Okay, you knew this going in.
I thought we were going to relate it to baseball somehow. I don't know. Okay.
You asked for it. Okay, so imagine this. Imagine you have a small franchise, right? They're trying to get off the ground. What is this? They've got a limited budget.
The Oakland A's. The Oakland A's.
But they need something to kind of take them over the top, right? They need something to bring them clout, recognition, someone who can help lead this team to success,
A high draft
right? You
pick.
want to get a superstar in there, right? So you're going to
Shohei.
spend your money on it.
Ooh.
This is what happens. Justin Baldoni, GM of a movie called It Ends With Us,
Okay, he's Brad Pitt.
decides to sign Blake Lively. Let's just say she's like an ace pitcher.
She gets on base. She gets
a
on base.
shortstop
She gets
or
on.
something.
She gets
Yeah.
on base. Yeah.
Amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah, like slugger. She's great. Okay.
Brad
She's
Pitt.
coming
Moneyball.
on.
Brad Pitt. Moneyball. Yep.
100%. So she's coming on just to play, right? Like, what do you expect from your shortstop? You expect them to like come in and play the game, right? But like, imagine that shortstop all of a sudden starts like doing other things, like coaching BP and calling pitches for the pitcher.
Leader.
And
Leader.
sorry?
Leader.
Oh, okay. Well,
Shortstop's a leader.
yeah, the GM might think, girly, how about no? How about
Shortstop.
this
Shortstop
matchup?
starts writing lineups and managing.
Yeah, exactly.
Leader.
They're-
Takes
They're
initiative.
sending notes to the analytics department like, we got to cut this player.
Yeah. Starts like signing guys with money he doesn't have. Yeah.
No, actually, that did happen.
No, she
So-
didn't. No, she didn't hire
No,
people.
100%.
Oh my
so,
God.
like, in a movie, you've got all kinds of things. Like, you've got scores and you've got, like, visual effects and all this stuff. She's, like, legitimately signing new people to write music. So, like, the GM's got his own people picked out to, like, what?
What is she actually like? What
No,
what is she in? Like she's
her
just an
job-
actress in a movie?
Yes.
Is she like
That's what I'm
A-lister or is she like main character or is she like side
Yeah,
character?
yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you as if you were to get like a superstar shortstop.
Okay.
Their job is to just be a name and
Is
be
she a big
shortstop.
name? Is she a big actress? Blake Lively?
I mean,
I thought she was a country
I would
singer.
say she's kind of like
Not a country singer?
she's not Bryce Harper, but I think she's probably kind of like a Chisholm. You know what I'm saying?
Overrated.
Like he was on the cover of MLB the show.
She was on
but-
Cover Times or something.
Yeah, like she's been in a couple good movies. She's friends with like really influential people, kind of like, you know, he's part of the Yankees. But like, other than that, like to say that
I follow
they're-
you.
Yeah.
I follow you.
So that's her thing. She comes on to be an actress, literally just do the shortstop. She's literally, like I said, she's changing lineups. She's cutting guys. She's signing guys. She's like changing
No
the score of the
authority.
movie.
No authority to do this.
No authority.
Mhm.
No authority
I follow
to do
you.
this.
I follow you. All right, so what does the GM do? What does Mr. Balboni do?
So the GM tries to obviously like assert some dominance here. I mean, I say that. This is sports terms. Please, if you're concerned, go read the documents.
He Weinsteined her?
Well, so the GM's trying to be like, yo, this is my job, right? That's Baldoni. Okay. And so what does Lively do? Basically runs to the players union. Is like the GM is creating a hostile work environment.
Honestly, gotta respect game. I gotta respect game.
Game recognized game.
Yeah.
Also, don't forget that this would be like a shortstop who also happened to be married to like the owner of the Dodgers, right? Because
different team or
Blake
same team? No.
Different team, but influential in the league.
Okay.
Right?
Now say what that really is. What is the real...
Because Blake Lively is married to Ryan Reynolds, who is a very A-list actor who has a lot of really hit movies.
La La Land.
Right.
Terrible ending.
No. Different Ryan Reynolds. He plays Deadpool.
Who's in La La Land?
Ryan Gosling.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Got it.
So
Got it.
she's gets him involved.
Which one's married to Emma Stone?
Nobody's married to Emma Stone.
One of those guys are married to Emma Stone.
No, none of them are married to Emma Stone. And this is also not relevant to Girly Pop Talk.
Sorry.
Okay. So, yeah, she obviously has influential people in the league behind her. She goes to the players union. It's like a whole thing. Meanwhile, Baldoni's still trying to prove that, like, basically, hey, this is my job. It's my team, right? She sues him for which is actually very similar to when A-Rod sued, I believe, all of MLB for going to the media and trying to ruin his reputation. Do you remember that?
Was that because he did steroids and he like sued them for suspending him?
Yes,
Something
that was
like
it.
that?
That's what she did.
I don't know if that's what really happened, but
no, I think they suspended him and he sued them to get the suspensions revoked. Basically, that's what she did. He came out and was like, "Look, I'm just trying to make a movie," and then she was like, "He is undermining me and has suspended me from the game, and now I am suing him for what he's done in the media." So they're currently like having this out in court right now. We're gonna see what happened, but basically that's kind of the two sides where people are like, this GM was really shitty to this player, or this player was like going way out of their scope of what they're supposed to be doing as a player, which is just showing up and playing the game and winning.
Did no one sit her down and told her like, yo, this isn't a good, like, you're not in the right? You know, no, she doesn't have friends to tell her that.
So like this is a really high level and very specific to baseball view of this conversation. There's a lot of details, but the essential answer that I'm getting from my reporting is no. No, it sounds like no, that did not happen. Yeah. So now, if you did not know what was going on with Baldoni and Blake Lively, hopefully you have some semblance of understanding about what any woman in your life is talking about at any point in time. Just know that, yeah, basically she was kind of like a hothead player, and we're going to see what happens.
I hate to say it, Blake Lively's giving me some Alex Verdugo vibes. I don't know if you know that reference, but she's giving me Alex Verdugo vibes.
I feel like I might a little bit.
Yeah, it feels right, though. Even if you don't, it just feels right when I said it, didn't it?
It does feel right. What did Alex do?
He just complained about Alex Cora because he was showing up late to practice, and Alex Cora benched him, and he complained about him when he got traded to the Yankees. He's like, oh, I'm in such a better environment now. It's like, dude, you showed up late and got benched.
No, 100%.
Yeah, he's like, Alex Cora was the worst. He was a manager
Blake
for the Red Sox.
Blake Lively is Alex Verdugo, Alex Rodriguez, and apparently any other Alex.
Ryan Gosling or Reynolds, one of the two. Yeah. All right, it's time for everyone's favorite part of the show.
Everyone's favorite. Oh, by the way, if you enjoyed that or you have notes, leave them in the comments.
They're gonna be like, never do that again. I enjoyed that.
That was awful.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed it. I want to know what the next topic is. But I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I gotta find things that are related to baseball-ish. All right, it's time for our favorite segment. Never going away, never changing. Fair or foul?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember what it is. So I literally did it about, what is this? 30 minutes ago too, and I don't remember what
Okay.
it is. But let's hop into it. Let's see what it is. Oh, Jeffrey
Finding out
Yon.
together.
Jeffrey Yon. It's a pitcher for the Colorado Rockies. He's trying to make the big league camp, and this is what he does when he strikes people out. Fair or foul, Lisa? He puts on a show.
Oh, yes, I saw this guy on I was looking at like like on the MLB app. I see their news. Look, it's a bit much. It's a bit much.
I was gonna say
But
Tommy
if it-
John is like the least of this guy's worried. He might pull a
Right.
hamstring or like hurt his back doing all the gymnastics.
No, that's literally what I was thinking. I was like, if I was his coach, I'd probably be like, buddy, we need to chill out because I'm not trying to have you end the season on like day 3 because you split your groin doing a split in the air. But if you're trying to get noticed to go to the bigs, I mean, I'm not going to hate on a man trying to get his bag. So I will give him a fair.
I'll be honest. I don't care if this guy sucks. He's got to make the big leagues. I don't care if he sucks. If he gets shelled every time he's on the mound. If he keeps doing this, like he could give up a home run, do this right after, and I'd still be his favorite. Like he'd be my favorite player. He's like, hoo, hoo.
That's what I'm saying.
What do you think the
Yeah,
noises are he's making? Like what?
Oh, I can't hear the noises.
No, well, there are none, but I'm saying if there were to be, he's like,
Hacha! That's what I hear.
ka-chow, like a kachuga.
Like a hacha!
Bow.
Like he gets kind of high in there. Yeah, no, completely fair.
I do see a little Michael Jackson influence in that, to be honest with you.
So splits, man. That would hurt. That
I say
looks
fair. I like it. Fair. And I want him on my team. I'm going to just start doing that in the office whenever I like do something good at work. Just start jumping up and down and slapping the floor and stuff.
You'll get noticed, that's for sure.
Damn right I will. All right, the next one. And we only got 2, so this is the last one.
Okay.
New Era came out with some new hats. And I want to get your take on them. What do you think about these new hats, Lisa?
Ooh, a little tough to see. Well, I hate the Texas one. Okay, no, actually, I'm hating all of them.
Yeah,
I'm hating
dumb
every
design.
single one.
Not gonna lie, real dumb design. I'm just gonna say foul off rip. This isn't the best part though. The best part is I want to say foul, but then I notice some of these hats on Twitter I saw people were saying they fly a little too close to the sun. Especially the
Okay.
Angels hat. And the Texas hat.
Right.
Could you see why that might be an issue in the design of these hats?
I feel like I'm missing something.
Tetas.
Ah, yes. Of course.
I might have to buy this hat. I
knew
might
was
have to
missing
buy.
something.
Initially, I said foul.
But
Just
now
leave it
I
at
say
that.
fair.
I might have to get me a Tetas hat.
What's the Angels one?
The Los Angeles Angels.
Oh my
A little too
God.
close. The E, they got away with it because the E is sticking out just a little, but they were about one font away from something crazy on the hat.
Yeah, they're a font away from disaster. And with that little halo on top of the A, I mean, it makes it pretty clear what they're talking about. You know what I'm
No.
saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's a brother-sister podcast, a brother-sister baseball show here.
What, can brothers and sisters not talk about
No.
buttholes?
No,
Okay.
no,
All right, now I
no, no. Not if they want to be monetized. No.
We're past 30 seconds in, we're good.
Well, I'm not past whatever barrier I have with that conversation. But yeah, whoever designed these hats, you knew what you were doing. You knew exactly what you were
Yeah,
doing.
I don't think they did, and I think that's the problem. I was just gonna say, like, when I saw all of them together, I think there's some, like, clearly they designed it with a couple in mind, and they just copied and pasted for the rest, right? Like, I think the Yankees, I've seen hats like that in, like,
It's
a
just
store
lame
in
to
New
me,
York.
though.
I don't like it, but I'm just saying I've seen it, right? And, like, the White Sox one, like that one too. But
That
then
one's
it's
not
like
bad.
they made those and they were like, just do it on all of them.
That's terrible.
And they
The
didn't think about it
the
after that.
Tetas. Yeah, the Colorado Rockies one is terrible. That one's awful.
You know, we've ranked all the uniforms before, and I don't know what it is about the Rockies that makes me
They're bad,
like,
right?
I just have mind blindness. Like whenever they come up, I just can't even see the Rockies
You see them right here? Right there?
because that's how bad they are. Yeah, and see, like that's what I'm saying. Like Dodgers doesn't look that awful. right?
The Giants isn't bad either. I like the Giants.
Right. They did like a few of the big markets and they were like, yeah, or even the Mets. And they were like, yeah, this is gonna work. And then they didn't even think about the what is that? Masters? What is
Where do you see
happening in Seattle?
Masters? Oh, Massier. I think it's Massier.
Yeah, what?
I
Yeah,
don't
these
know.
are pretty
Um,
pretty awful.
hey, I know it's your birthday coming up, but
Oh,
you should get me a gift for your birthday, and I would love
uh-huh.
a Tetas hat.
Okay, I'll see what I can do for my birthday.
Get me the Texas Tetas, and I'll get you the Los Angeles Anals, and then we could go to the baseball games and wear them.
I don't want an anals hat is the problem.
And you don't just don't know how to live life then. How about that?
It's very possible.
How about that? That's all I
Well,
got.
I get that's all I have too. Yeah, let us know what you think about pop-up girly talk. Let us know what you think about Garrett Cole and the Rays situation.
Sell the team, Stu. Stupid Stu.
Tell the team. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, do all the things you're supposed to do, and thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, we really appreciate it.
If you made it this far, here's a hotline so you can check yourself into a mental clinic. But we appreciate
No,
you. We'll go in there with you.
don't. We
We'll
need the
go
views.
in there with
Leave
you.
them out there.
We'll go in there with you.
You can. I'm gonna stay out here.
If they go to mental clinic, they won't go to job anymore, so they can watch more YouTube. They can just watch our videos all the time on repeat.
Okay, let's end the show now.
And then find you. All right. Yep. See you next time. Thumbs up. Like
for
it.
you
Like the
whenever
show,
you
bye.
arrive. Tell me what you're drinking, we can go pour one. Tell me what you're thinking, we can have some more fun. I know that you said you don't think of me, but what you're doing now is telling different. Tell me what you're drinking, we can go pour one. Tell me what you're thinking, we can have some more fun.